Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope your week's been going well. Markets have been a little bit erratic, but some things have been paying off. So hopefully you managed to snag a few trades this week. Today doesn't look that great, to be honest. I've got a few things to look at, but nothing that's really got me that excited. So it's a Friday. If you don't like holding trades over the weekend, it's good to be quick in and out. In and out trades are good. Let's start off with my watch list with CAD Swiss. So on the daily chart, we can see not the greatest price action. We're going basically sideways for a long time, but been respecting the daily 50. Every time it's hit the daily 50, pretty much, it's just rejected it. And maybe that's going to continue today after a couple of bearish days, last 2 days. Again, we can see kind of sideways action, but we do have a nice little CBO lined up. Fib lines up really well. With the 382 lines up with the 4-hour 50, 1-hour 50 just behind it. CAD Swiss will be in about 8 hours' time. Plenty of time for this to pull back. Give a nice entry, and then a quick trade short. Take it down to the daily pivot. This will be the S1. That'd be a good quick 2%. Good way to finish your Friday or finish the week. Or you could push it down a bit lower if you wanted to be a bit more aggressive. So that, I'd say 2%. Oh yeah, 2% here. That's right. Okay, so that's one of them. Let's go to CAD Yen. There's a few yens in here. Now, this is not rejecting a particularly strong line here, but we've had a run up. And it looks like it's now about to pull back to at least test the daily 50. So you can go back in time and see if this is a strong level. Looking at the monthly chart, we can see that it rejects this level here on the monthly back in 2015. So on the hourly chart, we have good MACD divergence basically, which is what's giving us the intention that the market is going to go lower. And it has done. It's broken down through the hourly 50. And should it go a little bit lower, down to about here, and then pull back, we'll have a nice little IVO short. Now, we'll zoom in a little bit, because we could even, possibly if it did pull back from here, we do a fibs from this one here. Yeah, that lines up well as well. Not much of a break below the hourly 50, and it's still going to be an IBOB because I don't think the 4-hour would give us a trend change. No, the 4-hour is basically still in an uptrend, so it's an IBOB. But the hourly, the MACD divergence is telling us that we're going to go short, at least expected to pull back to the daily 50, which is about what the 4-hour 50 is now. And that could be a nice little trade short. Either that or it pulls a little bit lower, then pulls back, and will be also a nice looking trade short. So let's look at Swiss yen. Yen's obviously not too dissimilar from each other. Again, a level which is reasonable. Could say rejecting here with the wicks, not really here. Yeah, kind of missing it. It's not really a whole lot on there for that this level, but maybe sort of pull back to the daily 50. And again, if we look at the hourly chart, we can see the MACD divergence is pretty strong, especially this last double top with a very much lower MACD highs. In the case that we are going to go lower. Now, this one requires a bit more of a pullback, pull down lower before it pulls back. This isn't a big enough break. So if it pulls down to this line here is the daily pivot S1, pulls back down to here, and then pulls back, maybe even wicks into the daily pivot before going short. That could be a nice little trade short to the 4-hour 50 or a little bit lower down to the daily 50 screen line. 4-hour 50 lines up also with these lows, so that would be a good sensible place for a profit target. Euro yen. Thankfully we've got some yens on today. There's not much else. Similarly, a level which is not, this one's not too bad. We've got support here, but it looks like we're going to go short, and again, it's the MACD divergence that's telling us we are going to go short. How far we don't know, of course, but we're breaking the 1 hour 50 now. We need to break down a little bit lower, pull back, and give us a nice little IBO, and that again will be an IBOB because we've had no trend change on the 4 hour 50. And pound yen probably looks very similar again. Now this one has we're just broken through the daily 50, and we're just breaking back down through it again. So it's not that clean. Probably there are better yen pairs out there. Just I'll show you this one anyway. This one needs to pull, it's actually pulled down to a good level now. Did pull back from here. We could get an entry, and then you just take this as a pip snatcher. Yeah, you probably could get your 1% before the 4 hour 50. Yeah, that would work. Although you're a bit close with your R1 protection, should we get a pullback to the daily pivot? Sorry, to the 382 on the FIB. So either way, either or, and there's only 1.7% as well down to the daily 20, which is not great. So that's probably a secondary. The other ones probably look a bit better. And there's two we'll quickly look at. Aussie ones which aren't particularly exciting. Aussie CAD has been going up and down sideways for quite a while. Again, supported by the daily 50, and that's a reasonably strong level as well, a support level. So maybe after yesterday's doji, we're just going to bounce up. And if we look at our 1 hour chart, we can see we are testing the 1 hour, the daily 50, this green line. 1 hour 50 needs to break higher, then pull back to give an IBO long. Is it a good trade? Looks a bit sideways, so I'll probably put that on secondary, even if it did set up. Aussie Swiss, I think is probably very similar. This one's actually broken down below the daily 50, so although we are looking like it's going to go long, which is also through these through the MACD. The MACD here it's very trending much higher. So it looks like we are going long. We need a break up, but the daily 50 is there, so I wouldn't want to trade through that. I think we ignore that one. So not really much on today, but a few yen pairs that might set up. I wish you all the best. If you're interested in learning about this trade, scottprotrader.com. Lots of training from my mentor Luke, and you can learn a particular strategy in that training as well as lots of other stuff. scottprotrader.com. I wish you all the best. Have a lovely weekend. I'll catch up with you on Monday. I will see you then. All right.